A very good day to all. Relative size factor analysis has been one of the most used analysis technique to identify outliers quickly, effectively, be it forensic audit, internal audit or statutory audit. Generally, the first step is to identify if there are any outliers in any of the sub data. For example, if I take sales data for a particular customer, is there any abnormal transactions that needs to be seen? Generally, one technique is to see the top 5, top 10 sales and then analyze that, but that would sometimes be misleading because that top 5, 10 could be a routine transaction. So how to identify possibly very abnormal transaction? It is using the relative size factor. I have done another video explaining in detail what is RSF and how that can be done in Excel using some formulas and lookups. In this video, we had tried to develop a template, a ready to use template, wherein you can just input your data and then run this Excel query on the backend, which basically uses Power Query and then gives you the output. Let us see how that is achieved. This is the sample data. The names that you see are all random names, just listed company names. This has these data and this value are kind of hypothetical data. So just some random junk data. The values are from an actual transaction, but the names are obviously of some random listed company names. So index is the serial number. This is very important, as we will see later. For all your data points, ensure that you have the serial, you have the running number. And particulars, it could be your vendor, it could be your customer, it could be GL name, or it could be material. In case you want to analyze a material movement, it could be for a particular material. It could be anything, any discrete value that you want to track, and this is the value that you want to see the relative size of. And reference 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is just any reference. You want to have any further reference. It could be the document number, it could be the date, it could be any other reference number that you want to track relative to this particular row or this particular line. You can update it here. When you see the final analysis, you will know that for each of the relative data, we will pull you the references so that you can basically go back and check the original transaction. Right? So this is the base data what you need to import, what you need to update. So this is the particulars, the value, and any reference number that you want to give. And you can come and update this folder path, which will basically be the path with which you want to do, and the file name. Ensure that the instructions are followed, and then you can go to this RSS analysis output. You can click on data, and you can click on refresh all. Yeah, and you will see since the file is open, it is telling me that it is open. Just close the file and then click on refresh all. You should be able to see the data being refreshed here. Since I have already updated the data, it is it's very quick. So just probably keep your eyes here, and you will be able to see the running in the background, right? And once it is done, you will see this output. This output will basically give that particulars what you have updated. This average standard deviation are additional statistical data, which you can use it in case you want to further slice and dice the data. And what is the maximum 1 and maximum 2, and what is the RSF. The relative size factor is basically the maximum value divided by the next maximum value. Maximum 2 is the next maximum value for that particular vendor. Right? So generally RSF more than 3 or more than 5, depending on the data that you have, if you say more than 5, is generally considered as an exceptional RSF. Again, it is depending on your data. Say in some data points, RSF of more than, say, even 2 is considered as an exception. So probably you can sort it by largest to smallest and then just go through this data. So what is it saying? This particular name, again this is hypothetical names, there is a transaction of 92,69,000 and the next maximum is only 24,000, meaning that I had a transaction of 92 lakhs but the next maximum transaction is only 24,000. So meaning there is something which is wrong with this 92 lakhs transaction. Per se, it might look as if that, yeah, okay, anyway it is high, we will be covering it, but we are now having a additional data point saying that the next maximum is only 24. Why is it like that? So maybe we can ask the management to give us further information as to why there was a transaction of only 24,000 and you had a transaction of 92 lakhs. It could be because I had more orders, I had done more quantity, etc. But why is it so abnormal? Right? That could be a starting point for further analysis, further discussions with the management. Again, the average and standard deviation are more data point just to keep it in your mind, because you might say that, see, for the period the average has only been 15 lakhs but the maximum transaction is 92 lakhs. Why is it like that? Why it is so high than the average? Similar is the case with the standard deviation. So these are just additional data points for you to work with, and this is what the basic RSF matrix talks about: maximum and the next maximum. Right? And these are the data points for these are the additional data for max 1. So we have max 1, the index, and you had reference 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and similar is the case with max 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? So that you have all data in one place where you can probably start the discussion with the management right after doing this analysis. Right? And you might see that there are some rows getting repeated. Right? Why is it like that? It is because that either the maximum or maximum 2 value might be repeating. So how do I know that? You can actually see the index. If you see the maximum 7,000 is there in row in index 59, 64, 190, etc. So because there is one maximum value of 7,000 and there are multiple values, it is possible that it can have multiple rows. So you will find the link for this in the video description, and I think you can make use of this ready-made template to further your analysis. Thank you. Good day.